and welcome to our living room. In last week's installment of Hymns from Home, we dove into quite a bit of history about the text and the tune, Moscow. This week, I'd like to give you a very brief overview about the text and the tune history of a hymn that you'll be singing this Sunday, Nyack, Here, O My Lord, I See Thee Face to Face, and then actually do a very brief overview of our hymnal, 1982. The hymn tune Nyack, hymn 318, was composed by American composer Warren Swenson. This tune was the prize-winning tune in a diocesan choral festival competition in 1977, sponsored by the Episcopal Diocese of New York. The hymn tune Nyack comes from the place where the composer was living at the time, Nyack, New York. Dr. Horatius Bonar, the man behind the text, is best known today for his hymns such as I Heard the Voice of Jesus Say, and this week's hymn, Here, O My Lord, I See Thee Face to Face. He was educated at Edinburgh University and very much influenced by a man named Thomas Chalmers, who was a professor of theology, a minister, and Scotland's greatest 19th century churchman. Our hymnal is essentially divided into two sections. Service music containing 288 pieces of music designated with an S in front of the number, for example, S280, Glory to God, and the 720 hymns that follow. The service music section parallels the rites and ceremonies of the church, such as the daily office, Holy Baptism, Holy Eucharist, and the hymns find their counterpart in our Psalter. Service music is the term used in some liturgical churches to designate musical settings of texts from the liturgy itself. Other texts, such as congregational hymns and poetic texts for choir anthems, may be sung, but only the musical texts of the actual texts of the liturgy are known as service music. These texts are generally from the Bible, and many are commonly referred to by their first word or phrase of their Latin or Greek texts, for example, Gloria in excelsis Deo, Glory to God, or Kyrie eleison, Lord have mercy. The various settings of service music fall into one of three broad stylistic categories: unison chant, harmonized chant, and song. And at the Cathedral, we sing examples of all three of these categories. Unison chant includes classical plain song like the Lord's Prayer that we have been singing, S119. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. The other is called Anglican chant, which is the largest body of harmonized chant in our hymnal. For example, a setting of the Thevenot. Come, let us sing to the Lord, let us shout for joy to the rock of our salvation. And the final is song. An example of that would be what you're singing this Sunday, S280, Glory to God in the highest. Glory to God in the highest, and peace to his people on earth. The 720 hymns found in Hymnal 1982 are broken up into 36 different sections. I'm not going to list all 36 different sections. I'm just going to name a few for you. So hymns can be found specific for Compline, for the service of Ascension, for the Holy Eucharist, for Holy Baptism, and our hymnal includes national songs. The hymn in focus this week, 318, Here, O My Lord, I See Thee Face to Face, comes from the Holy Eucharist section of our hymnal. Some of the details at the bottom of the hymn include who wrote the words, who wrote the music, the hymn tune, usually in italics, and off to the right, a set of numbers. And these numbers indicate the hymn meter. A hymn with a meter of 10-10, 10-10, like this hymn, Nyack, indicates 4 lines of 10 syllables each. If the hymn had the meter 8-7-8-7, it would mean that the first line has a phrase of 8 syllables, the second line a phrase of 7 syllables, and so on. The bottom of some hymns don't have numbers, but instead have abbreviations. For example, CM, common meter, is 8686. LM, long meter, which is 8888. And CMD, which is common meter doubled, 8686 8686 or 7676D. And an example of the latter is All Glory, Laud and Honor. A few hymns have an inconsistent metrical pattern in the verses, and those hymns are called irregular hymns. An example of that is O Come, All Ye Faithful. So this Sunday, when you're looking at your Sunday bulletin and singing along with the service music and the hymns, check out these fun little details that bring into focus some of the history of our hymn tunes and hymn texts, and that wonderful communal sense of praying with the saints who have gone before us.